Formula crisis is causing panic nationwide, but it's not just impacting infants. Cash Broyles is an 11-year-old boy with eosinophilic disease, a condition that causes his white blood cells to reject nearly all food. He needs formula to survive. His parents are sounding the alarm. Mackenzie and Justin Broyles join us now along with their son, Cash. Great to see you all this morning. Thank you for being with us. This obviously is something that misses most radars, but is impacting your family and Cash dramatically. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we actually thought that this was just a baby formula shortage too until last week. We typically get a call every month from his medical supply company to place the order, and they didn't call us. I realized we were running low, and I called them, and we were told that there was none for him right now. It's on back order.
So, Justin, this is it's not baby formula. It's a different product, but I'm assuming made out of the same facilities with the same ingredients. In short, you're dealing with the same shortages. Different
ingredients, actually.
Oh, okay.
But probably some of the same fillers. This formula for him helps break. It's an amino acid based formula, and it breaks down the proteins in food. So his body mistakenly thinks the proteins in foods are parasites. So it sends his white blood cells to the GI tract, and they're eosinophils designed to destroy any kind of parasite. And so that formula actually breaks down the proteins in food, so it almost tricks his body into thinking that the proteins are okay.
Cash, I understand you're feeling shy this morning. I saw you smile, so that warmed me a little bit right there. I saw you smiling as we were talking a little bit. But I'll leave this to your parents. Mackenzie, back to you. How does this, just tell me about your Cash's day-to-day life. Like, what does that mean? What can he eat? What can't he eat? How important is this product to your day-to-day life?
So Cash eats 3 foods, actually. He can only have potatoes, apples, and rice. And so this formula, it's what sustains him. He's been on it since he was an infant. And, you know, it's right now, we have about 18 days left. We are completely just trusting God that we are going to be provided with what we need in the long run. His doctors have been amazing trying to find other formulas for him. There's an alternate one we're doing now. I don't know how his body is going to tolerate it because it's not the typical amino acid based formula. So we're hoping that his body will tolerate it well, but right now we're really just we're holding on to God and praying that he's going to provide something or allow this new formula to work for him.
Wow. And so the 18 days is with the current formula. So beyond 18 days, what is the hope? It's that the new formula works. That's
18 days, including the new formula.
Including the new formula. And so what at the end of 18 days?
We're hoping the new formula works, and we're hoping to do this so that the right people can hear this message. There are so many kids that are just like him,
right,
that are on medical formula and need that, and so we're really hoping that the right people can hear this and prioritize getting this medical formula to these kids who need it.
I'm over time.
Switch it up.
I'm over time, but I really want to ask this. How common is eosinophilic disease? How many kids are there like Cash out there?
It used to be very rare. It's growing pretty rapidly. I think I read something about there's maybe 50,000 people in the United States with it, I believe.
Wow. Well, then we really appreciate doing what you just said today to bring attention to this, not just to bring aid, but to help others out there, not just for Cash, as you point out there. 50,000 people who could be sitting in a similar situation this morning. Justin, Mackenzie, Cash, thank you guys all for getting up with us this morning, and we wish you the best. You have our prayers.
Thank you.
Well.
All right.